What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Today I'm going to be talking to you about Star Wars. Now, normally in my videos I show you a ticket that I got, but I was so mad at a scene that I threw it at the screen. So, sorry I didn't get it back. Anyways, so let's get into it. It's Star Wars: The Force Awakens. So, we start out with a very, very good starting point. It's really a great way to start it out, because you have Poe, who was the greatest starfighter pilot in the Rebellion, and he's on this home planet of this species, and what he does is that he's really trying to save this entire galaxy from the total collapse underneath the Sith Empire. And then, out of the most unimportant moments, we have the stormtroopers come in, and they come in full force. Their armor looks fresh, their guns look fresh, and then all of a sudden you see a Darth Vader wannabe, Kylo Ren, comes into the scene. And it was really cool, though, because Poe got a gun, and he fired it at Kylo Ren. And what Kylo Ren does is that he uses the Force, and he stops the bullet right there. What? When have we ever seen that happen? Why couldn't Yoda have done that in episode 1 through 3? Huh? Doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, so we have this other character who is a stormtrooper, and he's not an actual clone trooper, he's a stormtrooper. There's a difference. And he is a human, and it's really conflicting on. He doesn't know what to choose, what to do, and what to do in a situation. Because Kylo Ren, he says, "I'll kill everybody else," and they gather them all up in a circle, and they're about to fire upon them, but he chooses not to. And Kylo Ren can sense that he didn't fire a shot, so he's questionable about it. But then he doesn't say anything about it anymore. They get back on the ship, and Finn takes his helmet off once they get back to the mothership, and the head of the stormtroopers is there, and she says, "Who authorized you to take off your helmet?" Finn's just like, I'm sorry. Then she says, "Okay, report to my offices immediately." So Finn doesn't. And he goes and saves Poe. So then they get to where Rey is. Starts out with being inside of an Imperial starship. And she is, and they're looking for something. I don't know what it could be, but it could be something of value. And she looks around there, and then we meet her there. So then we get to the good part. So there's this slave runner, I guess you could call what it is, and he's like he barters and trades mostly everything in the whole entire planet. So they go there to get rations, which are like food, I guess, if you want to call it food, but I don't know. So then what happens is that Rey, she finds Finn. And Finn is like, "You gotta help me get out of here. You gotta help me." And then the Imperial stormtroopers come in, and they're trying to shoot down everything in their path. And they try to kill Rey and Finn. And Finn says, "We could take that. It's a piece of junk." Rey? Really? "It's the Millennium Falcon. What's your deal, Rey?" So they get in there. And once they have taken the ship back, all of a sudden, there is Chewbacca and Han Solo. It's so beautiful. And there's a problem. There are two families that come on there, and they are both from local tribes or clans, if you will. Basically like mob bosses, if you will. And they're trying to really get back what they want, which Han Solo just said, you can have my Millennium Falcon, and that doesn't fly with them at all. So then we see where they escape from there. Then what happens is that they fly away in the Millennium Falcon. Then it heads to this water world with very little land on it. And they land there. And there's this lady who's like, what you need, Han Solo? And Han's like, anything that is of use. And Finn is trying to get out of there because he doesn't want anything to do with this whole trying to save the galaxy. He just wanted to get out of the stormtrooper. And then Rey gets curious and goes downstairs. And she finds this box. And she opens it up. And there's Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber. And she touches it. And she gets a vision. And man, was that vision one of the best things in this movie. There was different voices. There was Obi-Wan's voice. There was Anakin's voice. There was Luke's voice. There was Yoda's voice. And there were dead children. It showed you that Luke was trying to train new Jedi. And they just were killed by Kylo Ren. Luke that's why we don't see Luke, because he is in exile throughout this whole movie. So after that, the party gets crushed by the stormtroopers and Kylo Ren, and then it's typical Star Wars. Rey gets captured, and then blah blah blah. So once Rey gets captured, she is finding herself in this holding cell, and Kylo Ren tries to get information out of her. Won't happen, so he leaves and breaks more technology. So then Rey uses the Force and uses Jedi mind tricks to make the clone think that it's okay to let her go. And she does a pretty good job. Kind of like Obi-Wan used to do really well at using Jedi mind tricks. But that's another topic for another video. And so, once Rey gets out, they are on this planet, which is like the Death Star on steroids. Like, it's huge. And while Rey is escaping, Kylo Ren goes to this big hologram of this old dude with a big scar on his face. It's like, what is up with your face, bro? And so he just talks to him, and it's like his master. And I think that it could be Darth Plagueis, but I'm not sure. Because in episode 3, Palpatine says Darth Plagueis was killed. So I think that it could be his apprentice. You never know in these movies. So, then Han Solo, Chewbacca, and everyone else, Finn, and everyone else, goes to where Leia is, where Rebel Stronghold is. And there's Poe. He survived. And he says that they're preparing for an attack on the Death Star on steroids. And it's kind of weird. It's like Leia was hot in episodes 4 through 6, and now she's just like, like, ew. So, once they start out with the attack, there is a problem. Han Solo needs to get his Millennium Falcon into the enemy's territory because it's too large for them to just destroy from the outside. So they get in there and they find Rey. And Kylo Ren, who is Han Solo's son, is running towards this huge machine that they need to shut down in order to destroy the planet. So, this is where it gets sad. So, Han Solo sees his son Kylo Ren on this long walkway with no rails, and he decides to go after him. What have we learned from bridges with no freaking railings? You die. So Han Solo walks up there, and he looks like he's about to really get Kylo Ren on his side. Kylo Ren says, "Okay, father." And they embrace, and then all of a sudden, "Thank you, son." He freaking kills him. And it's annoying. But I digress. And then Han Solo dies. And then Rey and Kylo Ren get into this epic lightsaber battle, and it's awesome. And she pretty much scars up Kylo Ren pretty badly. But then, we'll have to wait till the next episode to see what happens from there. And this big cliff separates them. Kylo Ren's on one side and Rey's on the other. But then it's the end. And Rey goes to where Luke Skywalker's hiding out. She walks up this big cliff, and there is Luke Skywalker just like this. And Rey holds out the lightsaber, and she's like, "Take it." Then she extends her hand, hoping that it will make him take the lightsaber even more. And he turns at her and just looks, and it's dead silence, and all of a sudden, it's over. Oh, I would buy this on Blu-ray, and I would give this an 8 out of 10. Guys, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, and as always, stay fresh and stay classy. I'll see you in the next video.